The first casualty of the Trump administration, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. National Security Chief Michael Flynn has resigned. General got into trouble over a phone call he had with the Russian ambassador before Donald Trump took office. The issue centered on sanctions President Obama slapped on Russia. Apparently, General Flynn discussed that with the Russian. Michael Flynn should have known that his call was being taped, both by American and Russian intelligence agencies. That's standard. But then things get foggy. I don't know what General Flynn said. Nobody knows at this point, except government officials, because there is a transcript of the conversation as yet unreleased. But according to Fox News correspondent John Roberts, General Flynn misled Vice President Pence about the content of the call. And that is the big reason he was fired. Vice President Pence wields a lot of power in the White House right now, and subordinates simply cannot mislead him. So the Trump administration is now searching for a new national security advisor. The story really ends here, unless General Flynn was ordered to say something to the Russians that was inappropriate. Again, speculating on that, foolish. If evidence surfaces, we'll certainly report it. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect on the Flynn saga is the PR component. Yesterday, Kellyanne Conway said the general was safe.
General Flynn does enjoy the full confidence of the president, and this is a big week for General Flynn. He's the point of contact for many of these foreign visits.
Now, did Ms. Conway mislead, or did she not know the general was in trouble? Either way, not a good situation. Talking Points well understands the complexities of running this country, but it's becoming clear that President Trump needs better coordination among his staff. Should be somebody in charge of quality control and accurate messaging. That someone should be Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, who is experienced and skilled. No way Kellyanne Conway should be out saying all's fine with General Flynn when all was not fine. That kind of confusion doesn't do anyone in this country any good, especially because President Trump has legions of people trying to hurt him. Summing up, Flynn is out, new security person will be appointed, and the Trump White House needs to become better organized. And that's the memo. Now for the top story.